No, I'm best known for winning Tournament Arc Season 1.
True.
Obviously, that's my only claim to fame.
Yeah. No, he did amazing actually. So, if you're live, I'm gonna compliment you right now.
Okay, hold on. Let me go live. Let me go live and explain to my viewers what is going on today.
Sure.
So I'm just gonna go live now.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Oh no, wait. I am muted. Oh god. This is okay. There we go. Hello, Twitch chat. How are you doing? This is I'm rushing going live because I got to get my coaching session started. But if you join today and don't know what's going on, I am participating in Tournament Arc Season 2. Now, if you didn't catch Season 1, I mean, you missed out because you're looking at the reigning Tournament Arc chess champion. So so what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be doing my coaching session with JT, Japanese tutor, who was my coach last time, who coached me to victory. So I'm hoping that he's going to be able to do the same this time. So I guess without further ado, I'm already in a Discord call with him. So let me switch over to the main screen. So JT, do you want to introduce yourself as well?
Hi, yeah, my name is Japanesetutor. Despite the name, I teach chess. I used to teach Japanese, but now I'm a full-time chess streamer. I'm a full-time chess coach as well. That's what I do for a living. And I'm very glad to be with Gigguk again. He's so amazing, actually. I was looking at his games again for this coaching session, and I'm like, he's doing everything right, but losing. It's great. So I was actually really impressed. I thought he would just like forget chess. Like once he won, he's like, okay, well, I don't have to do this again. But obviously, the story has to continue, right?
Yeah. It was actually really weird because after I won the tournament arc, I stopped playing chess for like months, right? And then I just like forgot about tournament arc, forgot about chess for a while, and then after a few months later, I was like, maybe I'll play a few games, maybe I'll see how bad I've become. And for some reason, the opposite happened, and for some reason, I don't know why, I just kept winning, and like my rating just kept improving from before. So I don't know what happened. So I was like, let's just keep playing until I like reach a new rating or like a new stable rating. And I don't know why not playing chess made me improve, but I guess that like fits into the lore because you know like I won the previous one, so we had the time skip arc, so I need to be like more powered up now, right? That fits the storyline. But yeah, so I guess I'm excited to see what you can teach me this time because I've kind of hit another wall in terms of my rating.
Yeah, so there are a few things that I kind of want to correct. So the first time I was talking about 1.5 player chess. I was like, the way you play is basically like you're trying to play a role-playing game. You don't care anything about your opponent, and that's just how we won. And you actually won in 1.5 games, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. So this time I kind of want to go over your opponent's ideas, and I want to go over how to take your opponent's ideas and calculate how they can be bad, right? Because before you were only caring about your plans, but now you're at the level where you should be caring about your opponent's plans and actually thinking through what works and what doesn't work in your opponent's position.
Yeah, I remember the 1.5 player chess thing, and I still very much think I'm playing 1.5 player chess. Maybe like on a deeper level of 1.5 player chess, but I definitely like I consider some of their moves, but I definitely don't consider everything, and I think that's my biggest issue.
Okay, so I just want to get you into just a normal position here.
Okay.
Let's say something like this. Okay. So it is right here. It is black. Actually, we can make another move here. Actually, no. Let's do it for black. It is black to move here. And what do you think that we need to do. Now, I'm not looking for a precise answer. I'm looking for an idea. So not just one move, just an idea that you want to do. So if you want, you can flip the board and think about it.
Okay, so am I white?
You are black. No, you're black. Right, and we're actually going to switch colors, and we're going to think about the ideas for different moves. Different.
No, I just reset the board. Wait, I messed up already.
It's okay. You're like, I don't like this position.
Honestly, I think that's what I would do. I don't like this position. I'd just resign. Right. All right, let's reset the board.
All right.
How do I flip the board?
So you go. You see the gear on the top right, and then you just hover over it, and then there's a little flip.
Little gear?
Right, so there's a gear on the top right. Like, you see the chessboard, and then on the top right of the chessboard, there's going to be like...
top right of the chessboard. Okay.
And then just hover over it, and then you flip. Yeah. So, I'm not looking for just like one move. Just give me an idea that you kind of want to do and want to go for.
Let me think about this. I am developed right now, and they're not, so I would kind of want to break up their pawn formation and start putting pressure on them before they can castle.
Okay.
That's what I would think. I am aware of this center pawn because it can attack my knight, and do I want my knight there? I mean, so I guess my first instinct would be to break the center right here, so give my pieces a bit more space to maneuver, and start forming an attack on them. So that's kind of like my basic idea, just from looking at the position of the board.
And actually, that's absolutely the right idea. Right here, we can see that white has a lot of space, right, with their pawns, and we're looking to break that space. Right, we gave them space in the opening, and we're looking to break. So that is the right idea. And with either e5 or c5, and I think the immediate c5 actually works here. E5 and e5 is good, but then they have d5, and now your bishop is locked by its own pawn.
Yeah. Okay.
Not necessarily like the worst idea, but if we play this way, then at least our bishop is still active, right?
Yeah, and it's not blocked.
Right.
Okay, I see that. Yeah.
And what happens if, let's say, we play here? Do they win a pawn, or?
If you play that, I mean, right now they do win a pawn, but you can push to b6 to protect. No, wait.
Well, it's white to move, right? So like.
Okay.
Right, so so
I guess
they're winning a pawn. Let's say queen d8, rook d8, bishop c5.
Yeah. They win a pawn, but I don't think this position is awful for us because we're stopping the castle.
Right. Okay.
But I mean, I guess it's never good to just give up a free pawn.
No, not entirely. So actually, this is the point of like compensation and understanding your plan versus their plan, right? This is we have 1, 2, and it's still our move. 3 pieces develop, and our king is castled, right?
Yeah.
And here, I kind of want to talk about dynamic and static advantages, right? And understanding that your opponent has a static advantage, which is a pawn, right? They have a physical piece, and you have a dynamic advantage, which means it's subject to change, but we have piece development. Okay. And so we can develop quickly, we can attack quickly.
Yeah.
Another thing is that our bishop, if the knight moves, is really, really good. Their bishop is not doing so hot, and this bishop is kind of awkward here. So it's going to have to move eventually.
Yeah.
Right? So what would be the move that you would play here to kind of just keep at it? Remember, they're attacking the pawn, but if you can defend this pawn while developing a piece, I think you'll be in the lead.
Okay. Sorry, can you say that again? I had a notification, and it totally I did not hear anything there.
Okay, sure. If you can defend that pawn while developing a piece, you're still going to be ahead in development, and you're going to be gaining an edge.
Okay, so we can move knight up. We can move knight to b6 and be defending that pawn.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the most natural move for me.
Yeah,
I can see.
Okay, knight c6, and let's say they would play here. What would you do?
Honestly, I'd probably just take it with my bishop, because then that breaks up their pawn structure. Although that gives the rook the open file to my king.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I like the way you're thinking. You're already thinking, how can I destroy their pawn structure? How can I make weaknesses that I can attack later in the end game? And you're not even thinking like you're down a pawn. You're just thinking about the position, which is the correct way to think, honestly.
Yeah. That's okay. So yeah, my first instinct was just to take, because that means that one, that breaks up their pawn structure, and also that means that their king can't really castle in that direction, and we're already blocking the castle to this direction, so that just makes it really awkward for their king. But I'm also aware of like giving their rook an open attack or an open file to my king. So I think it still is a better position, even if their rook has an open file to my king, because it's a really strong structure we got right here. That's all I'm thinking. So yeah, I would probably take, and I don't know if that's the right thing to do.
Right. Well, okay, so let's think about it like this as well. This bishop becomes really bad because still all the pawns are going to be on light squares.
Okay.
Right?
So,
and on top of that, is this really that dangerous? How do they get to your king?
Yeah.
These two pawns, they're probably never going to move.
Okay.
Right? So bishop takes, and then, how do we keep developing? How do we keep putting pressure on the position? How do we improve our pieces?
Well, my this is the point where I'm just like, there's not really an obvious move to me, but my general idea would try to be to get some space or activate this bishop, and to do that, I'd have to give space to my knight.
Yes.
And to do that, I'd have to either clear this board or move here, and I don't really want to move to the d7 square because that blocks my rook, gives them a chance to castle. So I would try to think of a way to kind of attack these two pawns, and the only thing I can think of right immediately, is it worth pushing this bishop off its square first by moving to b6? I don't know if that really does much. Like, the only thing I can see in one move is to move the knight to d4, attacking the f3 pawn, but that just gives the bishop's take, but then the rook can take, and maybe I can double my rooks afterwards. And I don't know if I'm thinking too much or if this is like completely the wrong way. But that's what I can currently see with this position. I don't know if I'm missing something obvious.
No, I mean, I think that's a great idea, right? Like knight d4. We also have to consider knight d4 takes. What if they play something like knight e2? Or what if they play knight d5? And, they want to trade, but then once they trade, maybe they take this way, they're able to trade. It's not a bad idea at all. It looks nice. But one of the moves that kind of like calls to me is to bring a knight to like e5. Right, this pawn's kind of weak, and if we can make the bishop go here, maybe we can make it even weaker. But I would hate for this knight to go here because this knight is so good. It's controlling the squares of its only good bishop.
Yeah.
Right, and this knight needs life.
Yeah.
So how do we get this knight here?
We could move knight to d7 and then move it to e5.
But do you see that now the bishop has to move somewhere?
Oh, I see. Yeah, because I was because I didn't see that because I thought, oh, move knight to d6. They're just gonna castle, but we're attacking their bishop, so they got to move their bishop. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that is
Right.
probably the best move. Yeah.
And again, we're still down a pawn, but let's say they play like, I don't know, let's say bishop e3. Let's say they're smart, right? And now after knight d to e5, now it seems like we're the ones that are pushing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah,
we have a lot of different threats here, and there's a lot of sneaky boy threats. Actually, you did one of these threats to Connor in one of your games. By the way, I looked at all of your games. I saw all. Yeah. So literally, what I do every single for every single lesson is I look at over all of your games, and then I say, what do you need to work on? And so let's say they push here. I want you to find the best move here, and it's hidden. So you've done this tactic already, but I need you to find it again.
Well, my I don't know if this is anything obvious because I don't see how I can just win a free piece. Like I can see how I can put myself in a better position. Would it be a better
It's
position?
not a free piece. It's more like it's just the best move in general, and it's going to give you a good position.
Okay, because I do want to move this knight up and check the king. The question is,
Where
do I go this one or this one? Now if I go this square, then there's nothing the king then the king just has to move. And so if I go this square, then the bishop can still take, rook takes. So I'm still in a pretty good position because I'm attacking the bishop. I'm not sure which one's a better position. I honestly like both.
So
if
I'm going to give you a hint, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to give you a hint. Sometimes when something's being attacked, you don't have to move it immediately. You can threaten something first. They have to respond to that threat, and then you can do something else.
Go here. I'm not really threatening anything here though. If I go here, then I'm threatening to take a pawn. So they take, and I take, and I'm threatening the bishop. I guess that's slightly better. So d3, is that right?
It's okay. It's not. Yeah. I think you have a better move here, and the better move is like, yes, we want to play d3, right? We would love to play to d3, but this bishop is just so annoying. Yeah. This is a bad bishop, and at least we should try to win a pawn if possible. Okay. So this is a sneaky move, but knight b4, and then we also cover d3, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So because if takes, now knight c2, and now we win the rook, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see it now.
Right. And
I was too focused on that knight.
And let's say they play rook b1 to try to defend. Like now we can either play knight c3, knight f3, and they all work here. But even here we can just play check takes.
Yeah.
And this is their good piece, right? This is their good bishop.
Yeah.
So king f2, knight captures e3, takes, and then we can just play knight c6. And now we have a great knight that can go to d4, which is what you wanted before.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Right? We took away their best piece. Now it's not going to go like that, but we're just going through the moves, right? Yeah, good job. Yeah. You did quite amazing, and wow. I actually didn't expect you to find all these great moves. Actually, if you play like this, you could probably beat me. That was good. That was good.
Listen to JT, everyone. Come on.
All right, so
you're so sweet, man. You're such a sweet talker.
So let's go for a different position here. And actually, I'm going to show you an opening trap. So if anybody plays chess in your chat, they might like this. So we're going to play h4, and the opponent plays h6. So I want you to think about this position, and think about what you want to do as white.
As white, so
as white.
The board.
Now this isn't necessarily winning, and there are many plans here, but think about why we played h4, and let's see if you can come up with the right idea.
I've never played h4 before, so that's I've never played this line before. So
by the way, this line is the Carol Con, so let me just introduce it. So e4 c6.
Okay.
And if d4, right? Because if your opponent doesn't play in the center, you have to play in the center.
Yeah.
e4 d5, bishop f5, and the idea is that they want to play e6, but they want to do that after they move the bishop out of the chain, so the bishop isn't locked in.
Right.
So h4, h6 to try to get like some squares, and then now it's our turn to move.
I'm just wondering. I'm not familiar with this position at all. I wouldn't know why you would move pawn to h4 at all.
Right. It's so weird. It's such a weird move. But if somebody plays this against you, then you want to say, hey, is this complete air, or is there something to it?
Yeah, I've seen, like, anytime I see like the pawn on like the rook file being moved before, like I'm just like, it's normally against very low rating players, so like I'm like, what's going on here? As if I'm trying to see what the idea is. It's like I can't even move the rook up if I wanted to get the rook out early.
Right.
Because the bishop's there. That does nothing. Okay, I can. Well, Ching's. Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, you can just go back here.
Yeah. I don't see it. I'm completely drawing a blank here.
And it's totally okay. So the idea is, the reason we played h4 is to try to get this bishop to ruin our pawn structure. But actually, we just want a lot of space on the king side.
Okay.
Chasing the bishop, and now this seems very like dangerous, right, for us to just give them a whole bunch of space, because now our pawns are very weak, right?
Yeah.
But the point of this opening is to then play this really, really amazing move to kind of destroy their king side and their king side pieces. And actually, this is an opening that I played against an opponent. Actually, I did this twice at the same tournament, the World Open. And I crushed my opponents like very easily.
I'm ready for this. It's like you're showing me like the secret technique now.
All right, you ready?
Okay.
We're giving them a pawn.
So we're giving them a free pawn.
You're like, what is happening here?
Sensei, I'm very confused right now.
Okay. So, the point of this is, after the pawn takes, we can see that all of their light squares are very, very loose. And what attacks and defends the light squares?
The light square bishop.
Beautiful, exactly. So we need to trade off their light squared bishop. Right? Makes a lot of sense.
Okay. Yeah.
And now once they take, guess what controls their light squares?
Then your queen just can wreak havoc. Jesus.
Right. So, like, let's say something like knight f6, which is played often. Knight f6. I've played here just like maybe f3 here, f4. There's a lot of good moves here. Queen d6. And, oh, by the way, you cannot take this pawn. Why can't you take this pawn?
Takes, check. and you quick check with your queen, and it's a free knight.
Perfect. Right. So queen d6, knight here.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm going to follow the game that happened at the World Open. I played queen g6. Right, well, because they're trying to castle, and I don't want them to castle.
You don't want to come to this castle.
Right, king d8, and now I want you to pay attention to this piece. It can't move because this pawn can't move and this pawn can't move.
Yeah,
we gave up one pawn to completely destroy them, and this is again in that 1.5 player kind of chess. But also, look at this; their pieces just can't move. And now we're threatening the same tactic.
This is so infuriating. I'm just like, if I'm looking at black now, and I'm just like, what am I supposed to do? It's like you're just strangling him right now. My God.
Yeah. So basically, this is what happened. So I think my opponent ended up capturing, and I captured here, queen check. Yeah. And then I played c3, queen b6. And what's funny in this position is I was actually thinking about not taking the knight.
Okay.
Because that would allow him to take and develop his bishop.
Yeah.
But this bishop is bad. That means this rook is bad. That means that they're playing down 8 points.
Yeah.
So the move that I was actually thinking about playing was just like knight d2. And just saying, okay, you're doing nothing here. Well,
like, because like the knight can't do anything either, right? Because it doesn't really have any useful squares to go to. Like the only way I can see this knight doing anything is by developing or going back to d7.
Right.
Even that is, I think, like a waste.
But at the end of the day, I was like, a piece is a piece, and then after that I was like, okay, well, I can probably just take here, check.
Yeah.
You know, win a few pawns and win the game. I at least have a piece for 2 pawns now and an attack.
Yeah.
And I ended up converting very easily. So
honestly, that's genius. Like that move. I was just like, what kind of chess is being played right now? I just do not see it at all. And then I'm just like, hot damn, that's genius, man.
but it's just understanding those weaknesses, right? Like, you can destroy their light squares, give them a pawn, and that e6 push is actually very common. E6, e3 push to make that f pawn either move up or take, and then you can attack that e pawn because now it's doubled.
Yeah.
And if they're castled kingside, now they only have the g and h pawn left to defend their kingside.
Yeah.
And then our bishops can go on like c4, or our queen can attack the light squares, and it's just hard to defend sometimes. Maybe our knight can get to g5, yeah.
Like, even you're showing me this now, I wouldn't know if I would have the balls to play this in an actual tournament setting, because I'm just like, I'm gonna fuck this up. I'm gonna fuck this up somehow. But that was really clever.
So the next thing, let's just go into, and I hope the people love the trap. But let's go into the next step, and we're gonna go into something that you were playing here, and I saw this happen a lot with Sea-Dog. I saw this position happen, and I was like, why is this happening so much? Right? So this happened a lot when you were white, and you were just like, I'm done with this. And locking this up, and this is a good idea, right? The natural square for the knight is f6, right? And then he would probably play d5, and he would put his knight on e7 and castle.
Yeah.
I have another consideration for you.
Okay.
Kind of, you can be a little bit more aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Understanding that he just made a lot of dark square weaknesses here.
Okay.
And you have a good center.
Yep.
Push him.
Okay.
And the idea is, if he plays here, now he has so many dark square weaknesses. Sorry.
Right.
That if we're able to trade off that bishop, we're going to be in great shape.
Yeah.
And now our bishop coming here, let's say they try to play like f6 to push our bishop away. We will welcome that, because now bishop e3, now we have a lot of different targets.
Okay.
And now it's very hard to castle on this side. And so you've wasted the good square for the knight castling. Because if you ever castle, what I'm going to do is castle this way and storm you with my pawns. And you made it really easy because this square is available and I can just take, and now my rook is looking at your king.
Okay. So it's attacking this side early, even before they castle.
Mm-hmm. And this is not necessarily a bad move, but you're just saying, hey, my rook is staying here and it's going to try to get active. So let's go back, actually.
Yeah.
And so instead of there, here, and it's not necessarily a bad move. And let's say they just ignore it. Let's say they play knight f6. Well, then here you play knight e5, because the idea is if they go back, now we play h5. Yeah. And now our rook gets active very easily for nothing.
Okay. Yeah.
And the idea is we're going to castle queenside and then bring another rook over here or here sometimes.
Yeah, because the reason I do this most of the time is just because one, I have a really bad habit of just forgetting about this bishop, and we play another like 5-7 moves, and then I'm just like, oh yeah, the bishop has an open file when the center gets broken, and I just forget about it. I know that's like a bad habit, so I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna stop that idea before it can happen. But I do also play this line like more often when they've already castled and I'm trying to attack their castle side, but I like the idea of attacking it before they even castle to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then there's one more idea that I kind of want to show you, and then I want you to play a practice game with me, and
no,
it's going to be a lot of fun. Don't worry.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna kind of set up a position here. So c5. Shit. Oops. Okay, so here we have a very normal looking position.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of want you to find the best idea here.
I can see that. It was weird looking at you move and seeing like seeing the bar just move all the way to white.
Oh, you had the evaluation on?
Yeah. The evaluation was on, so I was just like, damn, white's kicking ass. Like, don't really know why.
Right. There's one thing. Somebody from your channel came over to my channel and said, hey, your images are covering half the H column. So they wanted you to fix that.
Oh my god. Sorry.
Loyal viewers here.
I was only focusing on my okay, that's good now. I was focusing on my coaching session, so sorry about that.
You're good, you're good.
Okay, what's the best idea right now? I mean, my king's pretty safe.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I need to worry about castling too soon because the center is closed. And I guess I can focus on attacking their king even. Is there anything I can do immediately? So, yeah, the problem with this position I always find is that I'm not sure what the right way to attack the king when they're castled like this is, because okay, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but even if I push the pawn up or like attack with my pawns, they always find a way to close it somehow, or I'm too slow in my attack and they are able to find an attack with my king before I can break their pawn structure. So I don't know if pushing pawns is the right strategy for this one. My gut reaction would be to go knight to g5, attacking the h7 pawn, which means bishop to h7 is a thing. Yeah, I think I like that move the most.
And knight g5 is very, very strong, but like they can try to stop it. Maybe even, h6, right? And just saying, if your bishop just played it, if your bishop just played it h7, I just play king h8. And where's your knight going?
Okay.
So I want to introduce you to an idea. And this idea is only possible when the knight cannot go to f6 or f8. Right? The knight can't go to f6 or f8 anymore. Okay. And it's locked up like this. You have a bishop on d3, a queen that can potentially go to h5, and a knight on f3.
Okay.
You ready? This is called the Greek gift sacrifice. And it looks like you're giving them the world here. But bishop captures h7.
Okay.
You're like, wait, what? But you know the story, right? Of the Greeks, they gave the gift, and it ended up not being a gift. It was an invasion.
The Trojan horse, right?
Right. Now, what's a natural continuation?
Probably queen to e3 or knight to g5. Probably queen to e3 because that gives the queen more space to attack, I think.
Queen d3 actually gives the whole attack away.
Oh, does it actually?
Yeah, just king g8.
Oh, no way, because I can move knight to g5, and then that gives the queen space to attack. Okay.
Beautiful.
I completely forgot that the knight was blocking the queen because I was trying to add my queen.
Right. Okay. So let's go over the most forcing. So let's say they play king to h8. I want you to find the checkmate, and this is a checkmate in 2, so you should be able to find it very quickly.
Okay. So
unless you don't.
Queen to h5, king g8, and checkmate. Right.
Beautiful. Okay, great. Okay. So now let's say, because we have to look at all the calculations. Let's say they go here. Then what do you do?
I mean, it's still checkmate. I don't think there's anything they can do with the same pattern. I mean, let me try to play this out. So if I go there, what can I do to stop this?
Let's say we play rook here.
So if rook goes there, and that. And the king's in the center. So
you're so close. You're so close.
Oh no, I can just do that. Can I do that? What happens after that?
This is actually a mate in 5, so you have to go like tenfold here. You have to go tenfold deep. Yep.
This is literally the I'm thinking 5 moves ahead. So if I go there, king has to go there or there.
Well, you can't go to h7 because the knight's on g5, right?
Oh yeah, so he has to go there. And then there again. Goes back. There. Fuck.
That's 3 moves.
I've seen something. I've been in this position so many times where like I feel like I have a checkmate, but I can't think enough moves ahead.
You're literally right there. You're literally right there. It's just you're in the right line. I need you to find the right moves. Right. Okay.
My only move is that.
Okay.
It still goes there.
And then?
And I can go with that. And that's checkmate, I think. I think that's checkmate.
Can he block with anything? Can he run? Can you take your
go
queen?
onto there.
Mm-hmm.
Can't. I don't. My queen's there, so it can't take my queen. I. I feel like I need to like do what Beth Harmon does and just have a fucking board on the ceiling just laid out right now. I
She also
think
had to
that's
take
checkmate.
some medicine as well.
All right, I'm gonna play this out, and if it's not checkmate, well, rip. But I think it is checkmate. So, so queen there, king goes there,
Mm-hmm.
queen back, king goes
Mm-hmm.
there, queen there, 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 there.
And what more can you expect from our reigning champion? Yeah, checkmate.
Oh god, I found it! Holy shit!
Right.
Okay.
So,
God damn.
so those are the easy ones.
Okay.
So we have two more continuations.
That was easy. Okay, that was the easy one. Brilliant. It's only checkmate in 5. My brain's already being fried right now, but great.
So we have two more continuations. We have king to g6 and king to h6. But
Okay.
luckily for you, you're going to know this. So you don't have to calculate it over the board. Once this happens, you know that it's pretty much game over.
Yeah.
So let's play king g6. And think about the squares that the king can go to.
Right, so this is... So my gut instinct is to push pawn.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I push the pawn and it goes there,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm not sure what the checkmate is, but I can just I can move knight there, and I've at least got a free queen. Although
At least, yeah.
Out what the checkmate. Yeah, at least got a free queen.
Mm-hmm.
If it goes there,
this is a nice one. Can you find the checkmate there? It's checkmate in 2 moves from that position.
Okay, if it goes there, checkmate in 2 moves.
Yeah.
Would it be moving the queen up here?
He has 1 move.
Then where can it go? It can go... No, it can't go there. Can't go there. Where can it go? What's...
He can go to e5, right? Nothing's guarding e5.
Oh shit! Yeah, e5's hanging.
Right, and
so
then
even goes to e5, then I guess queen to c f4.
it's mate. Yeah,
I think that's mate. Yeah.
good job. Okay, great. So he can't go to f5.
Okay.
Right. So perfect. So now he has to go to h6. And so from h5, king h6, it's made in 11. The easy stuff.
Why didn't you tell me? Oh, now it's so obvious. I see the line just like that.
But yeah, I'll make it easy, right? And so we'll actually put this on the board, right? And
okay.
Just so you know, your fans can take a break from how awesome you are, I'll give you the next move. Queen d3, threatening mate. Sorry, not give you the next move. I'll tell your viewers the next move, right? Because you already knew.
Right. Yeah.
So queen d3, threatening mate. And the idea is, if the rook tries to block, well, now he's not covering this, and it's actually checkmate.
Oh, okay.
Right? Because everything is defended.
Yeah.
Cool. Right? So, what can they do? They can try to delay it, right?
Yeah. Okay.
We're not even gonna take it.
Okay.
Okay. So, queen g5, here, and they're like, okay, you know, I can get 2 pieces for the, you know, they gave me a bishop, they gave me a knight, What more can I ask for? I have a few pieces for the queen. It's actually equal here. Find the mate.
Find the mate. Okay.
Wait, they gave us 3 minors for a queen. It's equal.
I mean, all I'm seeing is a free bishop right here. But you're telling me there's mates, so let's see if I can find the mates. So if I go queen d2, king has to move. Can't move there. Can't move there. Can move there or there. Is that the move? I can't really see any other way I can attack the king. I mean, it's one of those things where the king's in such an awful position where I would like, instead of thinking about it, I'm just like, there's probably a mate here somewhere, and I'll find it as the board develops. But I'm really bad at like thinking ahead about this. So, queen there, king there, queen takes, king takes, and then I want to stop them from moving.
We really don't want them to escape.
Yeah, so I would put queen there, blocking.
But remember, if queen d2, the king cannot go to f4 because queen covers f4.
True.
But they can go to f5 with the same line. They just can't go to f4.
Okay.
And so your fans can actually see it. Bam.
Yeah.
How do we?
Okay. What were you gonna say? Sorry.
How do we stop the king from going to this square?
We have to put the queen here. And sorry, holy shit! Thank you very much for the 25 gift subs.
Oh wow, that's amazing! What a king!
Doctor Eat My Meatballs. Thank you so much. Holy, I just wanted to say that before moving on. But yeah, the only way to stop a king from escaping is to put queen to g3.
Queen g3 is good, but there's a better move.
Because better move?
Queen d3. Now this square kind of opens up, and maybe they go this way. So we want to block both of these squares with this move. How do we block both of these squares?
Okay, well you can put knight to b5.
Yep. We're almost there. They have to play here to open up some space to try to go back.
Yeah, so I guess what I can see is rook to h, also e1. Rook to e1 and then queen to d4. Is that checkmate?
No, because they have the c6 square.
Yeah.
But it is good. You're gonna have to give this up, and we do have checkmate in that line, but there's one move faster.
I could just do that, couldn't I? Yeah.
Yeah, and then rook f1.
Right.
They move over, and now there's a mate in 2, and it's actually a ladder mate. So go figure.
Yeah. You know, I love my ladder mates.
So queen g4.
No, I can't go there.
I was like, you're gonna throw the whole game away.
You said ladder, and I'm just like, oh wait, no, I can't do that. Is it queen f4 first?
Well, for the ladder checkmate, where do you need your queen? Where do you need your rook? Right, you need them to go side by side. And how do we push them? We already have the rook on the f file.
So would it be? I can't. Oh wait, no. It's I totally forgot I could go to g7 there.
Queen g7.
So yeah, queen g7, and then rook h1. Yay!
And that's checkmate.
I completely forgot ladder is both ways, and you don't need to be on one side of the board. Man, you like like seeing these moves and having to think this far ahead is just like, oh man, my brain is like fried right. My brain is like fried right now. Like I can literally just feel it wrinkling. You know, it's.
But guess what?
Yeah.
Guess what? Now you actually don't have to think anymore when you get to this position. You just know it.
Yeah.
You've seen it.
Yeah, I think that's the best way because we talked about learning Japanese and like the best way for me to learn something is just to do it and just to see it happening because if I've never done it and I read about it, it's just not going to go in. But having seen it, it's really really helpful for me. So thank you very much for that.
There's actually one more line. Okay. So what happens after knight g5 if they just play king h6 immediately?
Okay. So again, my first instinct would be to play knight to f7, winning the queen. But I'm not sure if there is checkmate here. That is my first instinct though. But I mean, there's so many attacks on the king right now that I wouldn't doubt if there was checkmate. But that's the move I would play.
That's a good move, right? Like, hey, I'm up. I don't have to think anymore. I'm winning. Like you have a queen, right? And that's good enough. Right?
You're right. I don't have to think anymore.
And if you don't want an attack on your king, you take knight e6.
Oh, true.
And because now they don't have that open f file, right?
Right.
But there are two moves here. So you can either play queen d3 or play this super big brain move, knight ge4. Okay. And so the idea is that if the king goes back, now we have checkmate in the same way that we had checkmate before. We just transpose back into the position.
Yeah.
Right. And if the queen takes, we take with the pawn, and now we're threatening checkmate. So if they let's say move away, checkmate. So let's say they try to play like here, try to give an escape square, then we just play g6, right, and checkmate.
Yeah, and it's checkmate.
Right. So knight g4, so they can't play there. So let's say they play g5. So bishop captures g5, also attacking the queen. And when the king goes to g6, now we just play here, and we're up a lot of pieces. They can't really do much, and free queen, And so let's say rook d8, and now queen g4, and it really looks over. And and it's mate from here. So enjoy.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you want me to try mate again?
Yes.
God. Okay.
Your brain's gonna hurt after this. I'm sorry.
It very much is going to hurt a lot. But let's try this. Okay. So the king has to move. So it has to move there or there. So let's say it moves there. I can just do that. Then it has to move there anyway. So either way the king moves there. Then do I go there?
Okay, so let's play here, right? Let's give you this one.
So yeah, I guess the king ends up in the same position anyway because I would move my queen there, and the king would have to go there anyway.
Yeah, good moves.
Okay, and then and then.
So what if rook g8? This is the hardest move, by the way.
This is the hardest move.
Hardest move.
My gut instinct would be to move queen there.
All right, that's checkmate. Cool. I was lying.
Yeah.
All right, bishop f8, guarding against the mate.
Bishop f8, then move that.
We just need one more piece in the attack.
What piece can get there?
What piece goes like this? I don't know if you can see the camera. What piece goes like this? Up and down. Yeah. How do we get it there?
How would I get the rook? How do we get? So will I just move the rook up there than there?
Yeah, that's called the rook lift. Good job.
Okay,
Genius.
Okay. I was looking for like mate in 1 or 2 or something, but okay. So let's say I move the rook there. Is there anything they can do to?
Nothing.
Okay, yeah.
GG, right?
Okay. Yeah, GG.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And so thank you for bearing with me and all that calculation and stuff like that. How was it?
That was oh my god, that was frying my brain. Learned a lot. I'm just like, yeah, mate in 20, of course I see it, of course. Easy, of course. Is this like all the different alternate universes that fucking Doctor Strange saw in Endgame? Like this is what it feels like, right?
I actually didn't watch Endgame.
Oh, you didn't watch Endgame? Oh, sorry. It wasn't an anime reference. I should have. I went for the normie reference and made a Marvel reference, but yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched anything Marvel actually.
Oh, you haven't?
Nothing Marvel.
Like Marvel's the one thing where I'm like, okay, I'm a normie. Okay, I'm exposed as a normie. But yeah, thank you very much.
No problem.
That was a really weird line that I would have never found if you'd never shown me that. Just sacrificing the bishop like that. But I can see how devastating that is.
And I'm sending you all the lines so you can like practice and go over it one more time, just so you have it ingrained. Mm-hmm. And you can go for some setups. Like if you can kind of like, oh, I'm playing this person, how did they play? And then you can try to go for a setup that involves these kind of like characteristics and have an easy win.
Okay.
Right. So sometimes I do it to my students and they're like, why do you always win? I'm like, because you just keep falling for the same things. I mean, got to do what works, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But thank you so much for participating again, the reigning champion. Garnt, by the way, guys, go follow his. What do they want? Follow everything, right? Like his YouTube, his Twitter, his.
YouTube. You can follow me on YouTube or Twitter or Twitch, obviously. YouTube.com/Gigguk, Twitter.com/GiggukAZ, or Twitch.com/Gigguk. So yeah, follow me on anything.